It's Night of the Podcast.
Welcome, horror fiends, to Night of the Podcast, a one-man horror show where I, Brian, talk to you about all things spooky, creepy, horror, and Halloween-related. This episode, tonight, whenever you're watching this, I'm going to be talking about Krampus, The Reckoning, a movie from 2015. Now, I guess they maybe recently released it on Amazon Prime. I don't know. I came across it on Amazon Prime, let's be honest. Krampus, The Reckoning is kind of like any other Krampus movie. It's about some bad kids and Krampus killing people. But it does take a little bit of a twist because the girl has a Krampus doll, which is how she summons Krampus, and she is then able to kill people that are bad. He does the dirty work, she does the summoning. And that's basically Krampus the Reckoning. The first time you see this Krampus monster, he is full CG. He's full CG throughout the entire thing. I can't imagine the budget on this movie was incredibly large, having been made in 2015 and being a direct video release or direct Amazon Prime. I don't even know exactly where this movie was released, like I said. It didn't look good, the Krampus. It was laughable, which almost made it enjoyable. The first time I saw him and his first kill, because, yeah, he kills people, like I already said, it was laughable. I laughed, and I was like, I'm in for this movie. I'm in for this ride. It's going to be a good one. I was mistaken. It was not a good one. The acting in a lot of places is a joke. The cast is not very good, a bunch of unknown people. The director's not very well known either. He has done a lot of movies, which is more than I can say about myself, so I probably shouldn't give him too much shit. And I don't give him too much shit because he is making movies, so good for him. But this was just, it wasn't an enjoyable one for me. Maybe you'll like it. I don't know. I figured I'd throw it on and, put it on to try to get into the Christmas holiday horror spirit. It didn't work. It was goofy. The child acting in this is atrocious. I'm sorry, little girl. You may get better over time. I don't really know. I hope you do for your sake, but it was just bad. The dialogue is awful. There's nothing really good redeeming there. Some of the kills were cool in terms of practical effects that they did use in some of the kills. So it did have that, and I appreciate that the practical effects, always a plus in horror movies, always a plus in all movies, honestly. So that was awesome. Again, the CG Krampus looked like crap. And the other thing, not really a big problem with the movie. I mean, I already didn't like it. But the other thing with the movie is there are boobs, but they're old boobs. And what I mean by old boobs is I mean they're older women. Now, I don't have a problem with older women, don't get me wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with older women. But, usually in your horror movies, you have young teens running around, well, quote, in quote, teens. But yeah, they were older women in their 40s, mid 40s, possibly early 50s. Again, nothing wrong with that. And these were the boobs that you saw in the movie. Nice boobs, but, I shouldn't really complain either way. So now I'm going to back off and totally disregard what I just said. So that was a plus side to the movie. It was a plus minus side to the movie, depending on how you want to look at it. If you're going into horror and you're expecting younger ladies to bare their breasts, this is not the movie. If you're going to a horror movie and you want to see older women bare their breasts, then by all means, this one's for you. Other than that, I can't really say a lot about Krampus the Reckoning. Again, it wasn't for me. Maybe it's right up your alley of cheese and awfulness. It fell flat for me on multiple levels. So for Krampus the Reckoning, I'm going to have to give this one 3.5 out of 10 Krampus dolls. And that's where I'm going to sit with that one. So that's really all I have for this episode, everyone. So thank you for tuning in and watching and listening. You can always subscribe to the YouTube channel at Night of the Podcast. Just click the button right there to subscribe. If you're listening on SoundCloud, please go to the YouTube channel. It's under Night of the Podcast and subscribe there. And yeah, just thanks again for listening, everyone. You can always email me at nightofthepodcast@gmail.com. And you can follow me personally on Instagram at XXHalloweenXX. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, good night, good fright. Be careful what lurks when you turn out the lights.